Done. Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. It is Independence Day, and we are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Maypole Farm. It is August 1, and we have 2 fields ready to harvest. So, I'm going to get right on with that. And then, maybe... we can possibly discuss some other things. So, this is the last of our 3 new fields. After the last episode, I did go and put digestate and lime on the 2 fields we harvested on Saturday. So that's all good. Go and bring the baler down here at some point. Obviously, August 1, there's a bunch of new contracts, including a large contract on the grass fields just to the north of our farm. Our 2 grass fields are in 2nd stage growth, so we're going to have to spray those with fertilizer sometime today. And that's about all that's going on. I've literally just switched us over to its August 1. I haven't even bothered with the checking anything or doing anything else. So sometimes before I start a stream on a new month, I'll check stuff that needs to be sold and what have you. We do have 143,000 in the bank. That comes from the straw I dropped off at the BGA, so was producing, I want to say maybe about 5 hours worth of slurry straw mix for sale. Now that the straw's all gone, the only thing we have left at the BGA is slurry. We're actually out of manure, so I'm going to have to take some time to transport a ton of that over to the BGA during the month of August. But our sort of constant rate income is going to be a little bit less for a short while at least. But that's fine. Right now, we're going to work on the whatever we're working on, the headlands. So yeah, that field there is the one. Was it that one? No, that might be the one I already had. That one over there, I've limed and digestate on it. So we also have a bunch of fields that could be planted. The only crop we can plant in the month of August, well, actually 3. We could plant oilseed radish. We could plant grass. We could probably plant crop poplar, but I'm never really been into that. And we can plant canola. I'm not sure I'm going to bother with canola this year, which would mean the first crop I really want to plant is probably something along the lines of oats or barley, which you can't plant until September. So, still don't have GPS on this thing. We are almost full already. I'm not even sure I'm going to make it to the end row here. Oh well, it is what it is. And of course all the fields that we have harvested so far are now infested with weeds. Not going to worry about that, because obviously most of them we're going to be putting chemicals down on the former barley fields. I will probably plant them as corn in the new year. And then we are full. The others we'll be planting on them. That will rip up the the stuff. Now, why do I have a trailer on the... I think that's the John Deere. But anyway, everything on this field, again, will be going down to the grain mill to supplement production. Now, I haven't checked on the grain mill production to see if we've run out of anything. Maybe we should do that while we're topping this off. That kind of sounds like a plan. I'm really not happy with this truck, but it was cheap, so we'll keep it for now. I really miss GTX's AR frame man trucks. I think he did a Volvo as well, but they were a really nice mod back in Farm Sim 17. Okay, let us check all the things. So as I said, field 30 is going to be ready to harvest. Ding. And the corn over here has still got a while. So after today, after we've finished harvesting, we'll be able to get on with everything else. Our score is bad. This is 79, that's not too bad. That one's 58, that one's 13. Oh, that is horrible. I think the only thing we've got there is we've analysed the soil. 0 on nitrogen, half on pH, half on weed less than half on pH, half on weed control. We've done the soil sampling and tillage. We had no control over tillage. This has been slowly falling off because the cows keep eating the grass. I could I don't know if I can fix that, but I could run out lime and fertilizer on that. But I don't think I'll ever get a chance to harvest it because the cows keep eating it. Food capacity in the cows is very, very, very low, concerningly low. We are going to have to buy some maize silage before the day is out. And the other thing I wanted to check was, we'll be out of wheat shortly at the mill. And right here, the only thing we have is slurry. So the income from here is going to be very, very poor. But yeah, at least it's something. I'll back him off. And we can get back in the harvester. So yeah, might go buy ourselves 24 bales of maize silage, and I'll dish the tea bag out in a minute. Okay, now I will dish the tea bag out. That's good. So what shape is this field? I haven't really looked. Keep going straight here, we'll clip the end. Okay, let me have a look at the field shape. Which is the best direction to go? I think well, probably north-south is the best direction. So given that, I will make a second headland. But we are going to have to watch the capacity. Actually, this isn't actually a bad yield, I don't think. Not great, but not bad. And of course, the corn won't be ready till September, maybe October. I think September. We did plant early. Although that said, I might be allowed to forage it right now. But it's not going to be fermented in time for cow food. Gonna have to keep an eye on that. I'm fairly certain we've probably got enough time to finish this field off, but we may then be out of food or close to being out of food on the cow shed, in which case I am going to have to at least do something. Of course, one option is to just throw a bunch of mineral feed into the robot, and that will use up some of the whole crop silage, hay and straw that we have there. And that would see us through at least a little bit. Until we can spare the time to run down to the store and grab the maize silage bales that we need. Good job they didn't run out overnight. I probably could put that down to I really wasn't paying much attention, and I should have. Probably not going to make it far down this row either. Of course, I am facing the wrong way for the truck. Oh, actually, we might make it all the way round. How about that? Close to. Oh, I've also adjusted field entrances on the two fields that we harvested on Saturday. So we can now get into them from the more convenient side as far as our yard is concerned. Not there. You can jump out of that one. So we can now come down here and right at the top there, put a break in the hedge. So right here. So this is now an entrance to this field, which is kind of convenient. And then our other field, I've taken out the hedge here. So again, we can access it straight from the yard, and in theory we could get to the cornfield without having to go down the road. So at least that gets things done. And good morning and Patchwork. Happy 4th to you. So Saturday after the stream, I did go out and get ourselves a new propane canister for the grill. Because Mrs. Osa had a plan to do something on the grill last month. And so, yep, okay, all set up, everything's ready to go, turned on the propane and no fire. So, okay, change of plan, we'll do it on the skillet, whatever it was. But figured she wants to do stuff on the grill today. So, need propane. So Saturday went out and found someone who still had canisters of propane for sale on a 4th of July weekend. And last night we had we had some steaks, which is good. Sadly I'm out of the spicy musket powder, so I need to order some more of that. But that was good. Mrs. Osa needed to get some other stuff, so we had steak with baked potatoes, and today we'll probably do the hot dogs on the grill and maybe some burgers. I'm kind of thinking maybe have hot dogs for lunch and burgers for supper, but I don't know what Mrs. Osa's plans are. She's gone out to join a parade today. So there's that. So her and teenagers are out of the house. The youngest former foster kid that sometimes visits went home on Sunday night. Decided he didn't want to stay over till the 4th, so he's spending the 4th with his mum and her boyfriend. And the girl has gone off for the entire weekend through the 4th with her older brother and sister to Grandma's house. Grandma is not... is entertaining a lot of grandkids and cousins and nephews and nieces, so didn't feel there was enough room for the younger boy to go, which I guess that's a little bit sad, because you have everybody else there and you're just going to exclude one kid, which is, especially since he's one of 4, so the other 4 all went to spend time with Grandpa and Grandma. But anyway, and Long Hauler, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving Day. And we'll wait to see if you get the joke. This is definitely a really good yield of wheat on this field. I wasn't expecting this much. I should probably have bought the baler over here. so that I could be doing this as I go, as opposed to doing it later and all the manual stopping and unloading and stuff. That's okay. I may have time this week to actually look into that. So FarmCon's been going on. We got a John Deere tractor. No, actually we got a Fence 7 series. We got the Fence 6 series, which is quite a nice looking tractor and one that may feature on our next series. Outside of that, they also gave us a emergency vehicle pack with emergency missions. Not sure that really fits in with not sure that really fits in with the farming simulator theme. Although considering it, you could do a random event of if you leave bales out in the field and it rains, there is a tiny chance that your bale might catch fire, in which case you need to pull the fire truck out. But it's really more of a role-play thing rather than something serious to use. I'd probably, if they were going to look to putting random events into Farm Sim, I'd probably be more accepting of something like really bad weather damaging crops and stuff like that. But okay, so for those of you who don't get the Happy Thanksgiving Day, through the English side of the pond, thank goodness we don't have to put up with all those Americans anymore. They're just so ungovernable. And that dates back to when I was working for a US company that no longer exists. And one of the girls was over in the UK with our partner over there, and she asked them, "So, do you have the 4th of July over here?" And one of the guys deadpan said, "Oh yeah, but we call it Thanksgiving Day." And she was equally bemused, but until he had to explain it to her. Of course, all the Brits get it. But yeah, so anyway. So what else have we had? We've had announcement of the aggravation pack, which comes out on the 13th, which is next week on Thursday. I think it was the 13th. Maybe it's the 15th. Not been paying a serious amount of attention to it. But that is, we've seen it before. That was available in Farm Sim 17 and 19, and is basically a whole truckload of horse equipment and a map in Czechoslovakia. I have seen various people complaining, "Oh, we have to pay for this again," which, yeah, if you've got Year 2 pass or the Season 2 pass, you get it as part of that. It's a nice piece of equipment. It's a nice thing. It has only horse equipment this time. It doesn't have the seed tender or the liquid tender, which were sort of little pods that you stick on the back of semi trucks and turn them into sort of short wheelbase trucks, and can either ship solid fertilizer or seed in the seed tender, and fertilizer or herbicide now in the liquid tender. But we're not getting those, so no problem there. The rest of it appears to be cultivators, weeders, and they weren't hoes, they definitely said they were weeders. Although one of them looks like the ridged hoe. If we go weeders here, one of them looks like this one. So it's sort of the ridged one, which may turn out to be a hoe. But yeah, that's the things we're getting. Yes, it's the equipment is obviously newer. I've had a look at it. There is a fact sheet on the Giants website announcing it. A lot of the equipment appears to be quite high horsepower. So it's 200 to 300 horsepower equipment. I mean, that's fine, but smaller farmers aren't going to find much use for it. It's kind of like back in the